Hey guys, have you ever wondered how to close any sale you can? Well, it's impossible, guys. You can't. Selling is not that easy. Closing, especially a sale, is not that easy. Okay, first thing you want to do is know that there's no golden bullet. Okay, so get that out of your head right now. Even the best closers in the world, guys, can't close 100% of their deals. That's obvious. But we can put you in the best position to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that next. All right, guys. So I think the best method to closing is having little short bursts of consistent yeses throughout the entire sales process. And what I mean by that is getting the client to agree to a product or service you're trying to get them to buy from you throughout by using assumptive sales techniques such as like little agreements throughout the entire sales process will make the sale a lot easier, guys. Okay, I know you see in movies how there's one little cheesy liners you guys can say, and the person just instantly buys the product or service. But that's just really not how it works in the real world, guys. You have to slowly get the person to agree to what you're trying to get them to do throughout the entire thing. For example, one of the ways you guys have written down here is thanks for sharing that whatever they're saying their problem is and repeating it back to them and just kind of agreeing with them that whatever it is that you're going to do with them right now, it's going to fix that problem. Okay, so you're not really asking them, hey, do you like this product? You want to buy? It's more about getting them to agree along the lines of thinking of wrapping their head around the product. Um, if you're able to learn how to close more efficiently, would you agree that you would be most probably increase your income? If I could save you some money, would you like that? Of course, you're going to say yes to that. Who wouldn't? Okay. And I appreciate you sharing that. Keeping your customers happy every sale is important, isn't it? Okay. And obviously going for the close as much as you can. I would say 3 times try that. That's a good rule of thumb. For example, something like so the card. Where's the best address you can send the product to or the cards to? Do you want a middle initial on the card? Okay, and you want to ask for these little closes because it gives them a chance to kind of give you questions. Okay, as part of the close, and the questions they ask you are just kind of complaints that they have, and you want to kind of address that. Okay, and you want to answer those questions, then go right back into the close. Okay, what's the address? You answer the question, go right back, loop back into it. What's the address? Assumptive closing, guys. I love doing that. I do it every day, and that's what makes me one of the top sellers at my actual job. All right, guys. So real quick, I'm going to go over this real quickly with you. Assumptive selling, guys. It's one of the ways that I love to close. It's what makes me one of my top salespeople in my industry. Now, what I will tell you is it's pretty easy. It's not as hard as you think. First things first, you want to assume the sale from the beginning. You want the objections early on and fast from the client. You don't want to wait till the end and hold your breath and hopefully they say yes to buying your product or service. You want the questions and the objections out of the way as soon as possible. Okay, so you can just go in with the attitude that they're going to buy no matter what's going to happen. For example, all right, ma'am, so what can we do for you today? How can we get this started for you? What color were you looking to buy this thing? Assumptive questions like that is going to really drive it home in their head because you're not asking them, all right, so which one do you want to buy? You're kind of like tailoring it to them. It's like almost like needs based selling, but it's like needs based closing in a way. You're assuming the close. And what I love the most about this style of closing, guys, is that you get the temperature of the person right away. Are they serious? Are they just kicking tires? Are they serious buyers? You don't want to spend more than 5 minutes on somebody who doesn't really want to buy. You want to move on to the next person so you can help somebody else out, right? So that's what I mean by assumptive selling and closing. Okay, that's the best way, guys, to close any deal. Okay, yes, you might have to talk to 100 people, but I guarantee you'll close 10% of them at least, and that's 10 sales guys, and that's a lot of money, depending on what industry you're in. So some quick tips on assumptive closing questions, guys. When should we get started on implementation? When should I have this delivered? Are you going with X tier or Y tier? Okay, send me the financials and I'll get the paperwork ready now. Whose name should I make the invoice out to? What address should I ship the cards to? Do you want to upgrade with this too? Yes, it's a something. It's assuming, right? And they always told us when we've grown up, assuming makes an ass out of us. I'm sure you've heard of that, guys. But in sales, time is money. You don't want to waste your time with somebody. Yes, you want to be cordial with the person, but at the same time, you want to get down to business. Okay. And if what's going to happen when you try to close people this fast in the beginning, they're going to ask you questions because yes, they do want to buy, but at the same time, they have questions. And guess what? Questions are just complaints until you answer them and then you rephrase them and put them in and go back to the sale like it's not an issue and it's a plus, okay? Or you address the negative and you make it into a positive or move on to a positive, then you can move on with the sale, okay? Now, obviously, you want to sprinkle in these assumptive questions for the closes throughout the entire sales process, but you're not going to continue the sales process if the person isn't interested. If I'm asking you, when should I have this delivered? And the person tells me that they're not interested, that they're just looking around because they don't have the money or the financials or what have you, or they're looking for something in the future. Well, here's my card. Here's my information. I'll be happy to help you whenever you're ready. I can answer any questions you may have. And then you move on to somebody else who does need your help. Okay, that way you're not wasting your time. And yes, you may lose a couple sales here and there, but sometimes it's the way to go, guys. Assumptive selling really puts you in the driver's seat, I think, as a subject matter expert and frames you as the sales professional that you are in that industry, guys. Okay? Another good one is, so based off your needs and what you've told me so far, this is the best product or service in your area. Wouldn't you agree? As you can see, this is the best product or service in your area. As you can see, so you get the idea. Okay, so you want to assume the sale, assume the close, get the questions, attack the questions, and continue on towards the line of the close. Okay, and that's it for it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. My name is Alex Plus, and I'll talk to you guys later.